Board members, we're back. This is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. It's another faction focus, as you can see up top in the bar. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, Elf, Faction Focus. And we are going to talk about all things elves as it pertains to this game. What a beautiful game it is. I have another scene here set up for you. Let me just show you kind of the table presence. I love the layers, how the airships actually fly in the air and they're hanging out above the miniatures down on the field itself. It's just super cool. The boats, hang out in the water and they come crashing on the shore and raid the beaches and start a whole fight and tussle and scuffle. But tonight, I'm just going to talk about the Elves faction abilities. This is not how to play Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. That is a video for another time because that could be quite the long video. I'm hoping that this doesn't extend too much past maybe 20 minutes or so. That being said, let's tear down their capital level 3, and we're going to start at capital level 1. So let's go back and talk about it. Capital level 1, we're going to start with the garrison. Should you build a garrison? Level 1 says warriors gain +1 defense when battling in a forest region. Pretty simple. If these warriors somehow go over here to do battle against this poor dwarf here in that forest region, they're going to get +1 attack, as it were, not defense. It's +1 strength, +1 fight. I should probably look that up. It'll be noted post in the edit, where they say we'll fix it in post. That's what we'll do. So that's if level 1. At level 2, the garrison states warriors may occupy forest regions, worker spaces, and collect as if they were serfs. So maybe we zoom down to this spot or take a look at this spot right here. This warrior can now collect magic or mana or whatever you want to call it in this game from the forest region as if they were a serf. So serfs do all the collecting, right? They collect food and mana, and they collect ore. However, in this instance, an elven warrior can collect mana from the forests as if they were a serf. And level 3, let's top this thing off one last time. The garrison states warriors in land regions adjacent to your towers on the same continent are +1 strength. So, in this particular example again, this warrior here is normally 2 strength, but he's adjacent to one of my towers in the same continent, so he's strength 3. So it's a pretty good distinction there. As long as you're next to that tower, you're going to get an extra strength with your warriors. Also, benefit of having your garrison built allows you to summon your commander. The commander's name is Commander Lena. Lena was not afforded her elite title so easily. Noble elven women are expected to live a life of fluid grace and propriety, but she was not interested in limiting herself to these outmoded expectations. Elven armies move in beautiful coordination under her leadership, and as a result, the forests surrounding the Hollow have never been more dangerous for outsiders. So what this states is that at level 1 tower, go back to level 1, when the commander is out of the capital city, your armies, not including her, on the same continent as her, are +1 strength. So any army, so let's see here. Your armies, not including her own. So where is she hanging out? I think, is she hanging out I think this is her right here. So, these armies here, this army, for lack of a better word, this army, those are all +1 strength. Hers is not. She doesn't give it to her own army. So it's best that she maybe hangs out by herself and lets the other armies on the continent get bolstered by her ability. At level 2, this tower grows and her power grows when the commander attacks. Tactic cards cost 2 fewer resources. Now that's kind of a big deal. Should you be gathering a lot of magic and you're playing tactics cards during the battle, they cost 2 fewer resources when she is on the field and your tower is level 2. Last but not least, at tower level 3, this is your capital building, by the way, not tower. Apologies. Capital level 3, you gain 1 experience point when the commander wins a battle. So make sure that commander gets out there and gets in the fight as soon as possible. All right, so now let's talk about the mana tower. Go back down to level 1 here. At level 1, you may draw spell cards and scribe when taking the research action. If you notice on the player board, let's see if I can get one handy here. Here we go. The research scribe action is two different things. You can either draw a spell card or scribe a spell. This states that you can do both. At level 2, it allows you to cast up to 2 spells with 1 cast action. Big, big advantage there. And at level 3, each forest region that you control at the end of the game is worth an additional 1 point to a maximum of 6. So keep that in mind. But this would be an extra point. This would be an extra point. Let's see. Are there any more elves about? Sure, there's one way over here in this forest. This is a point. I think that's about it on this particular example. Not only do they get that extra point, when you create or craft a mana tower, you get to summon your sorceress Erin. Erin's intellect burns with the sparkling fire of ancient sun stag from which her power is born. Though she appears poised and collected at all times, enemies should never underestimate her elemental might. Her serene demeanor keeps her in tune with the mystical sorcery of the land, but death comes to those who desecrate the purity of the sun stag's domain. Pretty eerie. The level 1 tower allows the sorceress to gain 1 mana when collecting resources if the sorceress is not in your courtyard. So a little bit about the courtyard. This is when your figures are hanging out here, they're not summoned to the board, right? So as long as she's not in your courtyard, you'll gain 1 mana when collecting resources, just for free. Well, as long as she's out there. At level 2, when the sorceress attacks, before tactic cards are revealed, you may pay 3 magic to destroy 1 serf or warrior in the enemy's army. It must be in the same region as the sorceress. So, we get to our example here. When the sorceress attacks, so they decide to move here and invade and attack this dwarven airship. Before tactic cards are revealed, she may pay 3 magic to destroy 1 serf or warrior in the enemy's army. So this is a warrior, I believe, for the dwarves. The serfs are little dwarves with little hammers. So this guy's got a spiky mace. So you get to destroy one of those prior to playing tactic cards. And level 3 tower allows the sorceress, when she attacks before tactic cards are revealed, you may pay 5 magic to destroy any 1 unit except vessels in the enemy's army. May stack with her level 2 ability, must be in the same region. So again, the fight has to be in the same region. However, she's no longer limited to serfs or warriors. So should the dwarven cannoneer be aboard this airship, she can pay 5 mana to destroy this, and it stacks with the level 2 ability, paying 3 mana to destroy this. If you had the mana with your sorceress at level 3 capital city, that's pretty much a win. So that's another way to go when you're building your elven army. Go the sorceress route. Okay. Now, I say last but not least, there are one more building, and then of course we got to talk about the ships and the airships and the water ships. But my favorite, the Shadow Guild. At level 1, take it up, Shadow. At level 1, when an army containing serfs enters a forest region, gain 1 mana. So during my turn, if I decide to march, just by marching into this forest region, I get 1 mana. Level 2, 2 mana may be substituted for 1 of another resource type. So when we talked about the garrison, where the warriors get to generate mana just like the serfs do, if you have like this magic mana resource overload, you can spend 2 of the mana to pay for any 1 other resource type. So basically it's an exchange, a 2-for-1 exchange. And at level 3, all your heroes are +1 strength. Heroes being your sorceress, your commander, and last but not least, the assassin. And the assassin is who you get to summon when you construct your Shadow Guild. The assassin is Faram. Faram does not speak or make any sound for that matter. The soft shuffle of armor and the faintly ringing song of his blades are his only disturbances to the air. He exists in the quiet shadows of obscurity and fear, and few that meet him live to tell of their encounter. Hired by the Elven Shadow Guild to cut down their enemy's leadership, he takes great satisfaction in this newly assigned duty. Yeah, he really loves his job. This guy, when at level 1, so we're going to kind of bring him in a little closer to the fight here. The level 1 capital city. He deploys here. He gets +2 movement when moving alone. So his normal movement is 4. For crying out loud, he's on it. He's on the way. Where could he go? He could go. Well, 1, 2. I mean, he could cross this whole zone. 1, 2, 3. He could 1, 2, 3. It just doesn't matter. He's +1 movement. He gets on the move. At level 2, if the assassin has marched twice now using muster, you may move any one enemy hero. May result in a battle only if the assassin in the assassin's region, but may not result in a 3-way battle. All right, so let's get an example of this. Come here, Cannoneer. Let's move you here, for lack of a better place to be. And let's say my assassin is here. Go away, extra elf. Okay, if the assassin has marched twice in a row using muster, so let's say I've marched once to here, and then I decide, oh, you know what? Better example, I've marched 1 to here, and then I decide to march again, or muster rather. He gets, well, he's moving alone, so 1, 2, 3. It then says, I may move 1 enemy hero 1 space. Hey, come on in. Oh, he couldn't be here, but whatever. I'll move him 1 space, and it may result in a battle, as long as it's in the assassin's region. It's amazing. Now that I'm in a battle, I mean, he has 2 attack, but then we'd have, if the Shadow Guild was level 3, you'd have 3 attack. That being said, at level 3, when the assassin battles a lone hero, that hero is destroyed. Gain 1 victory point for starting a battle, but no tactic cards are played. So when I battle a lone hero, this one, that I made come here by himself anyway, I just destroy him, and I gain 1 victory point for that. So that's pretty powerful stuff. If you can use the Assassin Faram correctly, you're sure to win. All right, so let's talk boats and planes. First, the Sea Dock. The Sea Dock says that the Corsair collects 2 mana if it's in a sea region. So if it's in the sea, not docked, right? So if it's docked, it's not in a sea region. I believe their distinction was like it's in this blue and not in the crested light blue area, but if it's out here, this is in the sea. So it would collect 2 mana if in a sea region. That's at a level 1. A level 2 states that if the Corsair is destroyed in battle, it may be instantly recruited to your capital city by paying 2 ore. I mean, throw it out there, fight, and take out your enemy or get taken out yourself. It's immediately replaced at your capital city right here for 2 ore. So you don't have to pay the 2 ore and 2 bread to re-summon the Corsair. And last but not least, when your... Oh, haha, I put the wrong one on. When your capital city is at its fullest, the Corsair is +1 movement, so it gets 4 movement in this particular case. All right, now we come to the Phoenix. Such a cool vessel. You go back here. You know what, Assassin, you help drive the ship. Let's bring the Phoenix into view. This one's neat. Get it right in the camera there. Level 1 says the Phoenix, if it's destroyed in battle, may be instantly recruited to your capital city by paying 2 mana. So much like level 2 boats, this happens for level 1. The Phoenix rises again. At level 2, if you win a battle with the Phoenix, you may steal a random spell card from the enemy's hand. And remember, if you've built out your mana tower with your Sorceress, she can cast 2 spells with 1 cast action. And then last but not least, this level 3 Air Spire, if the Phoenix is destroyed in battle, gain 4 magic. So if you could crash your airship on purpose so that you gain 4 magic, and you have spells in hand, and you have a bunch of magic, you could cast 2 with 1 spell action with plenty of magic in the bank left over. Also, don't forget you can substitute 2 magic for any one other resource type if you have your level 2 Shadow Guild. So there's lots to consider. That wraps up all the elvish abilities for Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the elf faction in the comments. For those of you that joined the live stream, thank you so much for attending today. I really appreciate the support. For those of you catching up with the YouTube replay of this edited video where I fix all the mistakes, if I had them, and be sure to let me know in the comments what they are. Thank you for watching the YouTube replay. It really means a lot to me. Please consider subscribing to the channel for more of this content. Give it a like. Tell me what you think about the faction. And as always, I'll see you at the next boardroom meeting.